Hurley Gokul fled Jamaica when she was 17 to escape her sexually abusive uncle and came to Canada for a new life. What she found, though, was more abuse after she snuck over the border.
I was abused when I was a child. Yep. But when I told my aunt about it, she didn't believe me.
This is your uncle?
Yeah, my uncle did. She didn't believe me. She thought I was lying. And I didn't tell, like, my other relatives because she's the one who was supposed to be taking care of me because my mom died when I was a baby. I don't know my mom. Okay. And my dad leave me and my brother with her to take care of us. Mm-hmm. So I thought at the time that when I found out, like, I understand what was going on, I think I was like 9 or something like that. Okay. And I figured that if I told her what was going on and she didn't believe me, like no one else was going to believe me. So I keep it to myself.
The 40-year-old mom is now facing deportation after 2 decades in Canada because she claims immigration lawyers botched her paperwork or weren't prepared in meetings with the Immigration and Refugee Board of Canada.
I think they take advantage because when you're in certain situation and you have no way out, like, you know, if they tell you that God is coming, you're going to believe.
In 1990, Gokul used the guise of a school trip to Toronto as her way of liberation. She arrived at her cousin's home in the Jane and Finch area, and for 4 years, she worked basically for free as a nanny.
And there was a cousin, she lived in Brampton. She came and told me that she have a little girl, and she was doing nursing at the time. So if I came and lived with her, I took care of the little girl, and then she could pay me. It started off like that, but it didn't end up like that. Say for a year or so.
How much were you making there?
Not much, just to cover my basic needs, because I didn't pay for the rent.
I heard it's like $60 a week.
Yeah, something like that.
She's gone through 5 different lawyers who have taken a total of $10,000 of her hard-earned money and is still facing being kicked out of the country.
Even if they send me back to Jamaica, I hope that my story would enlighten people, or other people would come forward to say, okay, I've been going through the same thing. Because I've known people who's going through, like I know people is going through the same thing, but they're too scared because they think that if they come forward, they're going to be in trouble.
And are you saying that they should come forward?
Yes, I do.
Her son Akeem says he can't imagine life without his mother by his side.
I don't know what, like, she didn't do anything bad. She just came over here to start a new life. And the fact that they're treating her this way, it doesn't make any sense. It's terrible.
Immigration lawyer Roy Kellogg says it's common for women who have fled violence in their home country to feel like they have zero protection in Canada. He says buyer beware when it comes to hiring one of these fly-by-night lawyers.
Well, huge law firms basically will give the file off to an employee to do a lot of the work. That employee may not have a lot of education. The lawyers, legal counsel sometimes can't make enough money for a humanitarian compassionate type application. That's why it's better to find a consultant who cares about the client, who believes and can prove that they have won similar cases in the past.
The Canada Border Services Agency confirms that Gokul has no status in Canada and is facing deportation. It is their job to remove her by following due process. But she still remains optimistic as she waits for their next move. She's hoping they'll let her stay.
Like, I mean, you have to take chances in life. Like, I took a lot of chances in life. If I didn't take a lot of chances, I wouldn't be here right now. Like, right now, you could see me on the street. I'm always happy because what I've been through as a child. In my heart, I said, okay, I'm going to live each day as it goes by. Like, I don't think about tomorrow or yesterday. I live today as it is.
For the Toronto Sun, I'm Jenny Ewan.